Welcome to a cold winter 1965. Just kidding. Merry Christmas, everyone. A while back, probably an year ago, I did a video of me driving 1963 Rambler American in winter. So I believe the video didn't do the car justice, as there was a lot of things that were faulty, a lot of issues with the car. Because a lot of issues and things that the previous owner did to the car. So as you can see, it's pretty cold. It's very cold. Just cleaned up the snow from the glass. See, the hood hasn't been opened yet. And start by saying that I've got the right tires now. They're wide, big tires. Got snow tires. As you can see, they're pretty big. It is kind of dark. I have to do a daytime version of this video. We'll see when the lights turn on. I think it'll be a bit more light. And then if it's too dark, I'll just do a daytime video. Seatbelt on. Put some music on. Don't look at my password. So the first thing I like to say is that I always like to let the car run for a few minutes till it reaches operating temperature, or at least close to it, before I start driving it. So that's sort of what I'm going to do. And meanwhile, I'm going to talk about some of the things that changed since I did the first video. Batteries are suffering from the cold. It's not car heats up, I'll talk to you a bit about what's changed. So first of all, the tires on that video that I did, the tires on the front were very thin and they were very small as well. So I've since changed to a bigger, wider tires, and it improved everything. It made a huge difference. The second thing is the exhaust. I had a very loud exhaust sound on the first video because the exhaust, there were lots of exhaust leaks on the engine head. There was rod knock on the engine because the previous owner didn't put oil in the engine. I don't think you guys can see me there. Looks like it's too dark. Let's see once I get to the lights. So I've since changed the engine to the same engine but a different version of the engine. So it's still the original 195.6 cubic inch displacement engine, 3.2 liter engine, AMC engine. But I put the overhead valve version of the engine. I still have the flat head. And in terms of performance, it's a feel for driving the car. Power, they're pretty much the same. They are the same. But this is a rebuilt engine, so it's like new. It should be like new. So there's no rod knock, fortunately, and the oil pressure is nice and high. So there's that. And okay, so the other thing, shock absorbers. I've changed all the shock absorbers to heavy-duty shock absorbers, and once again, it's a night and day difference to what it was before. The car handles much better now. Yeah, it's a huge difference in driving. There was a lot of vibration on the steering wheel and throughout the car, and that's gone now with the new shock absorbers. I mean, the shock absorbers on it were probably still the original ones. They were just really beat up. One thing that still remains that hasn't been fixed yet is the spring. So on one side, the spring it's broken. Part of the spring is broken on the front, and on the back I re-arched only one side of the springs, and they're different from the other side, so the car is crooked. And when I brake, if I brake really hard, it tends to pull a bit to the left side, and if you look at it, it's on an incline. So one day I'll fix that. So at this point, the engine is idling very fast, and I can hit the gas and it'll idle down. Alright, the next thing is overdrive. So the overdrive only engages on third. On the first video I did have the overdrive, but I don't think it was working, so I wasn't driving in overdrive. The other item is the inner fender that has been fixed. About 50 to 50% of the inner fender on the right side was gone. It was just being held up by foam, and that caused the car to vibrate a lot as well. That was one of the contributing factors for a vibration. So I since fixed that, and I have videos on it. And the other thing is the drive shaft, which when I did the video, I believe it was a different drive shaft, and it wasn't in good condition. I mean, it was in good condition, but I might have done the video with a temporary drive shaft, so it was really out of balance. The one I have now, it still hasn't been balanced, and one of the gaskets on the union joints, or the U-joints, is worn out, so I think there's still a little bit of vibration and noise, I believe, coming from the drive shaft. Another thing that still hasn't been fixed is the rubber, or weather stripping, if you want to call it that, I've improved it and sort of fixed it, but still not in great shape. So when I'm driving, I can still, hear wind coming through. And but those things aren't too bad. So I feel that this video will finally do the car justice. Put the defrost on, make sure the wipers are working. Still haven't reached operating temperature really, but it's warm enough, so I'll just go nice and slow. There's a bit of a rattling sound, metal clanking sound. That's from the exhaust pipe. What I use to join the pipes, I use the bigger pipe outside to join them, but the connection isn't really tight, so it rattles a little bit. I'll just turn the air to high now. Defrost. Still in first gear, by the way. See, the brakes are fine. Brake pads probably need changing. Sorry, not change. I mean probably a little bit of rust coming from drums. Because it flies back at you. Unfortunately, my wipers work. Vacuum wipers. Right now I'm in third gear. I just like to leave overdrive off while I'm doing city drive. Hopefully you can tell that the engine is very, very quiet. You can hear it a bit when I accelerate, but again, I just don't have very good soundproofing on the floors yet. And I'll just show you the brakes. As you can see, the brakes are very good. I'm not going to be able to complete the video because the battery on the camera is almost dead. So I'll probably do another video some other time. During the day. turn here. Again, with the overdrive, I don't have to change gears while the car is coasting. Freewheel. So I'm not going to go fast right now because I'm still under the speed limit. But there's no point in me accelerating because over there ahead I can see the lights are red. So some people don't seem to realize that. And they don't realize that driving, there's a lot more to driving than they think. Gas, and I don't know if you guys can hear or feel that, but that's the overdrive engagement. You can feel it. Still, the engine's literally just idle. I'll just shut up for a bit so you guys can listen. I like to stay close to other cars, so get over and take this guy.
Until I get you, and then than wine, softer than the summer night. Everything I want I have, whenever I hold you tight. This magic moment, while your lips
This is the
are
same,
close to mine, lasts forever.
same path that same road I took. I drove on the other video. I really like Christmas, by the way. You see how the brakes work.
Sweeter than wine.
Some guys fell off there. I'll just stop here.
Everything I want I have, whenever I hold you tight. This magic moment, while your lips are close to mine, will last forever. Forever till the end of time.
I'll just turn the heater off for a second so you guys can. Yeah, I don't think you guys can see me. Alright, I think I'm gonna end the video here. Merry Christmas, everyone.